AWS Certified Security Specialty SCS-C02 exam. Updated questions can make sure you pass the test on the first attempt. Share some updated SCS-C02 exam dumps here. 1. Which of the following are valid configurations for using SSL certificates with Amazon CloudFront? Select 3. A default AWS Certificate Manager certificate. B. Custom SSL certificate stored in AWS KMS. C. Default CloudFront certificate. D. Custom SSL certificate stored in AWS Certificate Manager. E. Default SSL certificate stored in AWS Secrets Manager. F. Custom SSL certificate stored in AWS IAM. 2. A company has a large fleet of Linux Amazon EC2 instances and Windows EC2 instances that run in private subnets. The company wants all remote administration to be performed as securely as possible in the AWS cloud. Which solution will meet these requirements? A. Do not use SSHRSA private keys during the launch of new instances. Implement AWS Systems Manager Session Manager. B. Generate new SSHRSA private keys for existing instances. Implement AWS Systems Manager Session Manager. C. Do not use SSHRSA private keys during the launch of new instances. Configure EC2 Instance Connect. D. Generate new SSHRSA private keys for existing instances. Configure EC2 Instance Connect. 3. A company has multiple Amazon S3 buckets encrypted with customer-managed CMKs. Due to regulatory requirements, the keys must be rotated every year. The company's security engineer has enabled automatic key rotation for the CMKs. However, the company wants to verify that the rotation has occurred. What should the security engineer do to accomplish this? A. Filter IAM CloudTrail logs for key rotation events. B. Monitor Amazon Cloud Watch events for any IAM KMS CMK rotation events. C. Using the IAM CLI. Run the IAM KMS GEL key relation status operation with the key id parameter to check the CMK rotation date. D. Use Amazon Athena to query IAM CloudTrail logs saved in an S3 bucket to filter generate new key events. 4. A company became aware that one of its access keys was exposed on a code-sharing website 11 days ago. A security engineer must review all use of the exposed access keys to determine the extent of the exposure. The company enabled IAM CloudTrail MN regions when it opened the account. Which of the following will allow Key Security Engineer 10 complete the task? A. Filter the event history on the exposed access key in the CloudTrail console. Examine the data from the past 11 days. B. Use the IAM CLI low. Generate an IAM credential report. Extract all the data from the past 11 days. C. Use Amazon Athena to query the CloudTrail logs from Amazon S3. Retrieve the rows for the exposed access key toward the past 11 days. D. Use the Access Advisor tab in the IAM console to view all of the access key activity for the past 11 days. 5. A company uses Amazon API Gateway to present REST APIs to users. An API developer wants to analyze API access patterns without the need to parse the log files. Which combination of steps will meet these requirements with the least effort? Select 2. A. Configure access logging for the required API stage. B. Configure an AWS CloudTrail trail destination for API gateway events. Configure filters on the USERL identity, user agent, and source IP address fields. C. Configure an Amazon S3 destination for API gateway logs. Run Amazon Athena queries to analyze API access information. D. Use Amazon CloudWatch Logs Insights to analyze API access information. E. Select the Enable Detailed CloudWatch Metrics option on the required API stage. 6. There are currently multiple applications hosted in a VPC. During monitoring, it has been noticed that multiple port scans are coming in from a specific IP address block. The internal security team has requested that all offending IP addresses be denied for the next 24 hours. Which of the following is the best method to quickly and temporarily deny access from the specified IP addresses? A. Create an AD policy to modify the Windows firewall settings on all hosts in the VPC to deny access from the IP address block. B. Modify the network ACLs associated with all public subnets in the VPC to deny access from the IP address block. C. Add a rule to all of the VPC security groups to deny access from the IP address block. D. Modify the Windows firewall settings on all AMIS that your organization uses in that VPC to deny access from the IP address block. 7. There is a requirement for a company to transfer large amounts of data between IAM and an on-premise location. There is an additional requirement for low latency and high consistency traffic to IAM. Given these requirements, how would you design a hybrid architecture? Choose the correct answer from the options below. A. Provision a direct connect connection to an IAM region using a direct connect partner. B. Create a VPN tunnel for private connectivity, which increases network consistency and reduces latency. C. Create an IPsec tunnel for private connectivity, which increases network consistency and reduces latency. D. Create a VPC peering connection between IAM and the customer gateway. 8. A company deployed Amazon GuardDuty in the East 1 region. The company wants all DNS logs that relate to the company's Amazon EC2 instances to be inspected. What should a security engineer do to ensure that the EC2 instances are logged? A. Use IPv6 addresses that are configured for hostnames. B. Configure external DNS resolvers as internal resolvers that are visible only to IAM. C. Use IAM DNS resolvers for all EC2 instances. D. Configure a third-party DNS resolver with logging for all EC2 instances. 9. You need to create a policy and apply it for just an individual user. How could you accomplish this in the right way? A. Add an IAM managed policy for the user. B. Add a service policy for the user. C. Add an IAM role for the user. D. Add an inline policy for the user. 10. You work at a company that makes use of IAM resources. One of the key security policies is to ensure that all data is encrypted both at rest and in transit. Which of the following is one of the right ways to implement this? A. Use S3 SSE and use SSL for data in transit. B. SSL termination on the ELB. C. Enabling proxy protocol. D. Enabling sticky sessions on your load balancer.